Call the meeting to order because we got 4.
Hey. Got 5.
We got 5. Hey, do you know how to push the button and make camera start?
She'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he works over there.
Look over there. That's anybody else? Okay.
He's gonna
This is
move.
for Laura.
Laura's, yeah, she
She's
knows
not
that.
Yes,
if you-
please. Sure.
2 hands on 1 hand.
She's gotta go drink Kool-Aid
Perfect.
tomorrow.
Let's make it apparent that Laura's not here.
I got it.
Hit the enter seat. Put her sign
I
up.
think we just got
An Italian family. You know? In honor.
Everybody look very solemn when he comes in.
Right.
I don't know if we should, so I'm gonna call it to order and we'll just wait till he shows up before we do anything.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know, Andrew.
Everyone's in a good
This-
mood. I think it's the
in this new
holidays
day and
are over.
age, you know?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
It's not real unless it's filmed.
right.
This is live.
Even then, it might not be.
Even then, it's questionable.
Didn't happen.
I think the way that works now,
Is that sleet hitting the window?
if it's in your attention, that it
Hey, we called the meeting to order, but we waited for you. Push your button.
It's already pushed.
Oh, so you've been recording all this time?
Yeah, that's right.
And we could've
Got
gone?
the chair.
Okay, we'll have a moment of silence for Laura.
Laura, in her memory. Not in
not in her
memory,
memory.
sorry.
Patience. Bless her with patience.
She has to go tomorrow to drink Kool-Aid and I'll kill you. So additions or deletions to the agenda. The only thing I'm gonna do is, I had the annual meeting discussion down bottom. Andy came all the way over just in case we had any questions, so I'm gonna just move that up so we can get him out of here. Because I don't think he comes over for the exciting meetings.
Oh, it's awesome, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Members of the public, Nita, you're here for, do you have any public or?
No, I'm here for the
Okay.
thing.
So I got, did anybody have any addition or deletion to the
I
agenda?
do have just one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just recognitions.
Okay, where do you want to do that?
New business, yeah.
Okay. Recognitions? Oh, who's not here? You gonna say a little prayer?
Absenteeism.
Can I put this back now? Is it good?
Yeah, that's good. We honored her.
We injured ourselves.
We honored her.
With the honorary.
So we got the minutes of December 9th and December 16th meetings. Can I get a motion to approve them?
So moved.
Mark moved it. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Barry seconds it. Is there any discussions? We spell your name right?
Yes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? You gonna abstain?
I'm gonna abstain. I wasn't here last time.
Yeah,
I know I
that's
can
okay.
still.
Okay, so we have one abstention, Peter, Mr. Thorpe. Okay, so old business, we're gonna move up the annual meeting. So it's been kind of a challenge, folks, believe it or not, but I think we may have it. So, I sent out to you all a draft of the agenda, not of the agenda, of the, the agenda for the annual meeting. And I don't have my hands right on it. The articles for the annual
Morning.
The warning for the
Warning.
annual
We
meeting.
getting
It's
closer.
in my book.
We're getting closer.
It's in your book. Well, I've got one here.
There it is.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot of paper.
I know, I put it right on top. Does anybody have a copy of it in print?
I don't. I've got all those papers there. There's like 50 pages of it. I don't have it.
It's page 4 and
I've got the
5
signature page.
in my book. If you go to page 4 and 5, then the markup is right there.
Is
Oh, that's
that
true.
the one that went out this weekend?
That's the one you sent to me to use for the markup, yeah. It's on page 4 or 5.
Oh, she's gonna pin.
Did Bill send it?
No.
Okay, so what there's a few changes we had to make, and we kept making changes up to the end. Article 13, which is the one for voting the new members, those are gonna be held at the respective town meetings. And because it's a presidential primary, the polls actually open at 7 a.m. in Dover, so that got changed. And then the town meeting starts at 9 o'clock in Wardsboro, which I believe, Andy, you checked with.
I did.
10,
9.
9?
I emailed her,
Okay.
she told me 9.
9 it is. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Cool. So we got the moderator, clerk, treasurer, nothing changed there. The 3 auditors, the stipend for the school board members, approved mileage at the federal reimbursement rate, ability to withdraw up to $200,000 out of the reserve fund for to help offset taxes for this year, which is what we had asked for last year. So we did wind up changing. See, this isn't the right one.
That's the most recent
No,
one.
there's another one that just went around. Because Article 8 is supposed to have, if approved, will result in education spending of, and it's actually down around 18.
18,668.
668.
And, which is an increase of, this projected spending per equalized pupil is 4.9% higher than spending for the current year. So
You
it's,
can write on that and I'll.
well, it's, I will find it here in a little bit.
I think the town is printing that right now.
Okay. Oops, sorry. So that was changed because I thought that they changed the law, but Lori picked up on it and Bill checked into it and it said that we had to include the increase. And that comes back from when Jim Douglas was governor. That was supposed to help prevent budgets from growing too much because the school boards are always trying to hide things. So does anybody have a problem with that? You not have it, Mark?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Yeah.
we all good with it?
Yep.
Everybody okay?
Yeah,
Andrew,
that's
you're,
fine.
that was, I think you saw, I think I got that
Yeah,
to
you
you, right?
emailed it to me yesterday, or what,
Okay.
the last time you emailed, I was included.
Okay, so Article 9 is the tuition rate, and we did finally get the Burr and Burton letter. Which does have their annual tuition at $17,990, which is a 2.8% increase. And just so people know, because sometimes it gets asked, tuitions for family living in non-sending towns will be $19,990. So, and that came out December 16th, so we got it, I got it sometime at the end of January.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't follow everything. Fine, so it's-
And then, so the voters of the River Valley Unified School District establish reserve funds as set forth by the school directors and fund each account with the money in the current general reserve and special reserve funds from the Wardsboro and Dover districts as follows. Reserve fund, we want to fund at $564,143. The reason part of that being is that we've already committed 200 this year that needs to go into operational if we need it, and then we'll be doing another 200, so it'll be about a third, and a third. And the number, the 564,143 is not an audited number, it's a best guess number from a preliminary review of the books because we don't have all the numbers finalized from FY 2019. And then in capital improvements, we're gonna have 2 separate capital improvement funds. One of buildings that we wanna put 200,000 into the building fund, and a transportation fund to work on if we have to replace a bus of $100,000, and special revenue funds of $29,424. And that's made up of last time when we had Lori here, there's 5 or 6 special funds. Dover Elementary School had a fund for prepaid expenses from FY 2018, so Lori has to figure out how that comes out so we can decide what that is. There was Dover School had enrichment money of 5151. Dover After School Program had 7803. And the Fiber Connect is actually $500. And what the Fiber Connect is, years ago, when there was the big Fiber Connect, we had to have money put aside to allow the fiber to go in. And the school board voted not to do it because it was like $25,000 or $30,000, and we chose not to do it. The selectmen went ballistic because they wanted it done. So we said, fund it and we'll do it. So then we said to them, but we also want the money ahead of time because we don't want to not have it from you or the board to change. So they gave us the money ahead of time, and that's, I guess we overspent it by $500. So we need to decide who's going to cover that. And then the Wardsboro School has a Stratton Foundation, which I don't know anything about, but I guess Stratton
It's a
gave.
yearly grant that we get. It's about $1,000 every year.
So you haven't spent it in 10 years.
We usually do.
Well, because you got $9,100 in it.
Yeah, that's not accurate.
Okay, well, that's what Lori said. And then you have the stars, but it has zero money in it. And then the last thing is in Dover, we have the Clyde Jones Memorial Fund, and that has $1,225 in it. That's how we came up with the $29,000. The Clyde Jones is used. Clyde Jones was a school board member in Dover for a lot of years, and he left money, and they buy a little gift for a vocalist and an instrumental music person for the graduating sixth grade classes. But we're gonna have to talk about that too in the future if that needs, if we're gonna open that up, because it doesn't make sense to have stuff direct for Wardsboro and for Dover, because we're supposed to be one district. But we'll have that
And
discussion.
is that even specified? I know sometimes.
Well, yeah,
they
that's
were
why the
less than
Clyde
that.
Jones
Yeah.
is specified.
Yeah, some of them are.
So we may have to go back to the family and say, do you want to reconsider how that's used, or?
Yeah.
And then, the enrichment, the Dover enrichment is actually money paid by one of the developments for us to sign off on an Act 250 permit. And I don't,
Sorry,
well, we got money for the school,
voluntary chuckle.
yeah. And, and then the after-school program was money we voted on at town meeting to make sure we could do the after-school program. So, everybody good with that article?
You spelled transportation wrong.
Did I?
This is
You got the most recent one?
Oh, yeah, I got the most recent.
Does it have a red line under it?
No, I just got it. This is the one you emailed.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Transportation.
Yeah.
I
You're our school board, so
corrected
what's that?
Thank you.
You fixed it?
Transport.
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 Transportation.
Transport.
Transport. No, it's
Transportation.
It's okay, we can fix that.
You can
Yeah,
fix that.
we'll fix it.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Just wanna point
And then
out.
Article 11 is, shall the voters of the River Valley Unified School District move the district annual meeting to the second Tuesday in April? Article 12, any other business that may legally be addressed, open discussion for informational purposes. And then somebody sent me an email, said
Yeah, I
Article
got that wrong,
13 is
yeah.
twice.
That was my
That was
fault.
Dwight.
That was me.
Okay.
That was,
So Article
I didn't
13
know
to be
this
voted
wrong.
by Australian ballot at town meeting in Dover and from the floor
I
at
get it.
town meeting in Wardsboro. And Andy,
Just a
everybody's all
statement,
set with that, right? You don't need anything from, in Wardsboro?
So, basically, the warnings for the individual towns, it's been suggested by the Secretary of State's office that you folks sign those warnings as well. Those warnings will include those elections. The Secretary of State's office said that if we don't get a quorum of signatures on the town meeting warnings from you folks, it won't invalidate the election process at all. But because Act 46, there's still some bugs in it, the best practice would probably be to have you guys sign Wardsboro's town meeting warning and Dover's town meeting warning.
All of us?
A quorum
both
of you.
towns?
If a quorum of you cannot make it down to our offices to do that. You know, maybe we get just the signatures of the Dover folks on the Dover warning and the Wardsboro folks on the, there's a lot in Act 46 that needs to be cleaned up and will be cleaned up
Yeah.
by the legislature. This is a suggestion by the Secretary of State's office. It will not invalidate anything we do if we don't get a quorum of signatures on these warnings. But it's been suggested that we do that, so we're going to try and do that.
Okay, so Dwight works in Dover anyway, so
Yep.
we can at least get Dwight
Yep.
down.
Yeah,
That
I
would give
can
us
get over
4.
Yeah, I can get over.
Okay.
I'm down
Get over
there.
there.
I'm
And
down
then
these,
I'll get
these
to-
warnings don't need to be posted as early as this
Right.
warning does. So we have more time to think about
Yeah.
that. We can probably have those present. Are you gonna have a meeting at the end of January? Did I see that it
Yes,
was canceled?
January 27th or something?
Okay, all right. Oh, they changed the time, right.
Right,
That might be a little late, but Jackie and I will coordinate
we
and
also
then
have
we
a
will.
meeting, don't we have another meeting before that?
Yeah.
No, no, this is it. You know,
Okay.
just,
You're right.
Andy, send me an email,
Yep.
I'll make sure we get the signatures at both places.
Jackie and I will coordinate and we'll get in touch with you, all of you, and figure out how we're gonna handle that.
Okay.
Just to put it on your radar. It's not gonna affect what you're talking about right now, but,
We'll
take care of that.
Select board and us will all be on the
yes,
same
Yeah,
warning.
all of
just
us,
like it used to
all
be.
of you,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
And so, huh?
It's funny, just the way.
Well,
I
no,
know,
but
it's
I'm
cute.
glad
It's-
because
it's
there's,
funny the
you know,
way-
they don't
Yeah.
think about it, and there's no law that really doesn't affect something else somewhere
Exactly.
else, and
Right,
they
right.
just, they try to cover all their bases and they never do.
Is your warning all done, Andy? We can come down.
Nope,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
Tomorrow night,
Probably, you know, the middle of the month. You know, and probably Wardsboro's is a similar time frame. So you'll have like a week or two, possibly, to sign them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then, so there's 2 people up for election now every year, because we're all 3-year terms. And in Wardsboro, it's,
No.
Very
Sure.
and I don't know, you don't need a petition, because you just gotta be nominated from the floor, right?
Nominate from the floor, right?
So you just need somebody there to nominate you. And if you're not there, you probably get nominated anyway.
They don't need a petition then? They don't need a
That's
petition?
usually how that works.
You don't
That's
need a
easy.
petition.
Okay, but, and Mark, you're up for,
Yes.
so you do need a petition.
But Mark, yeah, you need.
Okay, and
Mark's got one right here.
Andy
From
made up a
Dover.
petition for River Valley's offices.
Mark's got one.
Mark's got one.
Yeah.
Okay, but you guys don't need to worry about it
Right.
in Wardsboro. And then just shall the voters adjourn and reconvene at Dover and Wardsboro for election of officers on town meeting day. I like that a lot better than what we had before.
When is the petition due?
So Mark's is due the 27th of January in my office by 5 PM.
And if someone else wants to run against him, they
Same
can
thing.
still get a petition
They
from
can,
you?
yes.
Okay, and is it on the town website?
The
They just-
petition?
Yeah,
No,
so they just come in and get it?
just come in and get it.
No
I
problem.
have plenty of blanks.
Okay, Nita, we're gonna have to add one more article. The article I missed, because I thought we'd written it into Article 10, is, we usually do, in Dover anyways, we do an article that if there's any surplus at the end of the year, that move into the reserve fund, so it doesn't hang out there
Sit
in
there for a
limbo
year.
for a year to be voted on. So, that can be anywhere. It would probably make sense to do it, I don't know, somewhere Article 9, 10, 11. What do you guys, somebody tell me where you wanna see it, and we'll write that in. Can you add that?
Yeah, well, I can't edit this because it's a PDF, but I can,
Oh, I thought I sent it out as a.
Have you sent out a Word doc?
Well, Mark, can you send it, can you edit it and send it to her?
Not as a Word doc, I can send it as a Google Doc.
I can send it on my smartphone.
Do you have a hard copy?
I don't, I can't find the stupid
You
thing.
can put a Word doc on Google. If you have words.
I can download it as a Google Doc as well.
We could print it and then handwrite it in. You guys sign it and we'll clean it up electronically tomorrow.
Yeah, the signature page is a whole set, I have the
Email it to
signature
you,
page.
Jamie.
See if that works, Dan. I think I just sent it to you.
We both, did. You're gonna do.
Okay, so the article should say, Shall the voters
Actually, I don't think it is.
of the River Valleys Unified School District approve moving any surplus, moving the surplus, if any, from FY 20 to the, and what did we call it? We called it the general reserve?
You just
The
have it
reserve
listed,
fund.
Reserve.
To the reserve fund. So can you edit that, Tammy, or not? Okay, so just insert an article, make it, you know, what do you guys,
want it?
what do you guys
11
think?
or-
Make it 11.
Make it 11? That's good, because we'll just get done.
Right.
So Article 11 will be, shall the voters of the River Valleys Unified School District approve moving the surplus, if any, from FY 20 to the reserve fund? So if there's any surplus from operational,
Are they going to approve or authorize the school board?
authorize. I like that. Authorize moving the operational surplus, if any, from FY 20, because that'll be the one that closes July of 20, to the reserve fund. Your question mark. I know.
Because that way it doesn't need, it just sits in limbo. If there
Right,
is
'cause
one,
you
and
can't do
really
anything
can't
with
do
it until you
anything
get
with
it.
It just doesn't do anybody any good.
Right. And who knows if there'll be one, but those are the numbers we worked with last time.
Okay, oh, great.
You good with that, Tammy?
I think so. Let me just read it back to you again.
Okay.
All right. Shall the voters of the River Valleys Unified School District approve moving the
No,
operational?
authorize. Not approve. That was my mess up.
Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Shall the voters of the River Valleys Unified School District authorize moving the operational surplus from FY 20 to the reserve fund?
Authorize moving the operational surplus,
If any.
if any,
If any, okay.
from FY 20
From FY 20 to the reserve fund.
Perfect. Question mark.
Okay. Just the article below that, which will now be Article 11, just says, shall the voters of the River Valleys Unified School District move the district annual meeting? Okay.
So that
Totally
will
different.
become Article 12.
Yeah, okay.
And Article 13 is any other business. So Article 14 will be the voting of people. So we have to go back to the, just under the warning and change Article 13 to Article 14.
Top, yeah.
Okay.
And that shouldn't affect anything, right, Andy?
Nope.
And then Article 15 is,
Shall they adjourn and reconvene it?
okay.
While you're in there, can you,
Change transportation?
yes, please.
No, leave it and see if anybody else picks it up.
Yeah, it's not a good look for a school board.
So while she's doing that, folks, I got this here. Here's a nice picture. I sent this out to people. It says, here's what our donation will bring. For $50, we get a ride in the town truck. $100, a private meeting with the road foreman. And $250 gets us tea with the school board. So if any of you got $250 burning a hole in your pocket, you can have tea with us.
I was wondering, would you be able to do all of those things, Rich? Are you like in
No.
charge? You be able, would they meet with you?
I could give them a ride in the fire truck.
Yeah.
A private. I
Give 'em a ride in the fire truck.
I can give them a private.
Maybe
meeting with
not the road form.
With the,
Yeah.
I can give them a private meeting with the town clerk. Andrew, come see me, but I'll be there.
We would gladly take your $250 for tea.
So you have that, Tammy?
I do, want me to print it out real quick and,
So how are you guys okay with it now that we've discussed it to vote on it, and then Tammy will print and get it to us later?
I think
Because
so.
you can just email to Andy then. Do you
I
want to
need your
print it?
signatures.
right.
Yeah, I've got this. I'll use this as a signature
Okay.
page.
As long as I walk out with the signature page and Tammy or somebody emails me the rest of it, I can record it tomorrow and drive it up here, or Jackie, we can record it, so I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but Article 9, is that correct? 2019, 2020 school year?
No.
No.
Nope. Good catch.
Dwight.
Thank you, see?
See?
It's 2021.
2021.
You see double 13s, but you got that one.
Yeah, that's right, so triple 13 on this
Triple
page.
13s.
That's his good luck number.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, how many people have we had looking at it? How
I
many
know.
times have we all
Exactly.
read it?
I know.
Well, that's probably half the problem, is how many times we all read
Yeah,
it.
that's
So
the thing.
you're gonna give me the fixes on my draft, right?
Yes.
She's gonna, I'm sorry, Tammy. Tammy's gonna email it around.
All right.
So if everybody's okay with that, and Andrew, you're okay that we're not actually seeing it in live, I would need a motion to approve the warning for our annual meeting as corrected.
As it exists on Tammy's computer.
There you go. As it exists on Tammy's computer, we hope.
That would be best. If you could do that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, the brand. Yeah.
Thank you, Tammy.
So moved.
You're gonna feel
Okay,
much better.
so we do have
Yeah.
a motion
Yeah, so moved.
to approve
To
them.
approve it, correct.
Do I have a second to the motion?
What are we approving the articles as we
We're
revised
approving the-
articles?
right, the
that we-
warning.
Yes.
Okay, Dwight will second
I'll
the
second.
motion. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, so it's unanimous. Is this black?
I'm written yet. It is.
Okay, so we will pass this around.
That one signature missing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
Sure.
That's very helpful.
Yeah. Just make sure it's
Andy,
Yep.
right.
would you be okay if I stopped at Laura's house, or would you like to stop at Laura's house on your way by? Because she is home. She had stuff to do because she's got to leave early,
Yeah.
and have her sign this too?
You can do that and bring it to me in the morning. I
Are you
can't.
okay with that?
I'm headed to another
Okay.
obligation.
If
as
you
soon as
don't
I
mind,
leave.
is that okay?
No, if you
'Cause
want
I'd
to
like
do
to
that.
have everybody's
Yeah,
signature
and
on
you'll
it.
bring it to me tomorrow morning.
Yeah, first
Perfect.
thing.
Okay, yep.
Could I just make a remark that I called Andy earlier to ask if the annual report that we're mailing out there, if it was necessary for there to be a signature page, and he said he didn't, he said no. So the,
No, I think the S that, is fine, the
He
way you
didn't
have it
see
set
it.
up.
yeah,
Yeah, we typically don't print the signature page in
Right.
Dover's town report, especially because you're going to warn your meeting in the paper, correct? Eliminating this as a warning, so you don't need a signature page.
Okay. So Andrew, did you get a chance to just look at that the warning thing? Did you have any comments on that?
I think you did a great job.
Okay. Man of a few words,
and
but
you
thank you.
emailed me, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
A warning in the paper, a record obviates a printed signature page.
Um,
It only has to go in one place.
Did you all get to look at it?
No, the warning in the paper won't have a signature page, but when you post it on the wall in Dover and in Wardsboro, it will have the signature page.
So you all set there, Mr.?
Yep,
Okay, perfect.
you get it signed, or?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take it, remember, and
Oh,
bring it to
right,
you tomorrow.
right, okay. Well, thank you, folks.
No, thank you, Amy, it's a
I'm
lot
just
of
gonna
work.
read quickly through and then I'll get out of here.
Make sure it's correct
Okay.
while we've got you.
So while Andy's looking at that, interrupt us if you need to, sir. Anita, your mock-up, so they're looking at it. So we've just added a couple lines to you.
Okay, I can fix that, put that in. So,
Okay.
difference this year is that the whole budget is printed. Lori Garland was kind enough to shrink it to 4 pages because it was 5 and I didn't have room. And the one thing I'm missing, which you all thought should be in there, was the 3-year comparison chart, which she didn't have, isn't having.
You can't have one. You don't have that many years.
Last year we had one.
Okay, so Lori has not submitted it yet?
To me, no. What
Okay.
was that
Well,
email?
there would have
she
been one last year because they still had 3 years of continuity, but this
Correct.
is a new thing, so there
Yeah.
wouldn't be one, right?
No, last year we voted on a budget for this district, which was brand new. That's why we didn't have to do the percentage increase, because there really was an increase, it was a brand new budget.
So that last page in the book that's blank was supposed to be for the chart,
Okay, so what we can do is,
this one.
what we can do is we can just ask Lori to,
So last year we had this chart.
no, I know.
Looks awesome.
So I will, I will ask Lori tomorrow if she has anything for us.
And I should have picked this up when.
So that was the chart we had last year, and that's supposed to
Right.
go in inside that cover.
Part of the deed.
Supposed to go there.
Oh, this one goes
It's
here.
nothing, Andy, to do with content, it's just.
No, it
You
isn't.
can't really
Okay.
have a
Punctuation.
3-year. Oh, you can.
Yeah,
It's like a
we
summary
should have
page, is kind
found
of what
it
that is, right? It's like a kind of a
Oh, yeah,
one
that's
page
3 years.
Yeah,
snapshot.
So we could have
of the
20
last
at-
3
we could have
years.
20 at 20.
Yeah, you're right, okay, no.
So listen,
I'd like to see it.
Anita, if she can't get it, then we'll, well, what else can we put in
Well,
there?
maybe I don't know what it is. Maybe that's why maybe I'm asking for the wrong thing.
No, the 3-year comparison should be,
This one, really, there's no place to put it, I mean, you could put it
There
here.
Isn't there
isn't
last
3
year?
years though,
I know, but, so it'll just show this year,
and last year. Both
the current year,
and 21.
and what we're asking
Yeah.
for.
So it'll be
And-
2 year.
Right,
Right.
so,
Alright,
but I will check with Lori tomorrow.
okay,
Between you and I, we'll take care of that
alright.
issue. Because again, I know there, it used to be the one thing that was always required was a 3-year comparison, so people could, you know, that was another Douglas thing, that, so that he could show how the school boards were being evil and increasing everybody's taxes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually really like this.
Well, it is pretty, it seems pretty informative, you know, you comparing, it's more of a snapshot rather than giant charts.
Andrew, thank you, sir. I really
Thank you,
appreciate your
Andy.
help.
Here, folks.
Tread carefully.
Okay, here's the River Valley's petition too, but Mark's the only one that needs it, so.
Right.
Okay, so let's just, so on the book, is everybody good with the booklet? Nita, I think you did a great job.
Yeah,
you.
that looks great.
And Anita was able, the printing, Anita and I went through, you went through Wardsboro, I went through Dover, we got it cut back quite a bit.
Considerably. It ends up being about 1,800-ish names. I did ask the printer to give me a price that included 50 extra copies to have at the school, at the town halls, at the meeting. Is that enough?
Is that gonna be enough?
I figured 10 for each town hall, 10 for each school, and the rest at the meeting, 10 for the meetings.
Doesn't seem enough.
No,
Doesn't seem like
I
it.
think 100 minimum.
yeah.
You want
How
100?
many, you said it was 1,800 names total?
Yeah,
Can we just do 2,000?
sure. And,
And then that way, because you know what, board members will take them. We're gonna have to have them available when we do the meetings.
correct.
Those 2 informational meetings.
Yeah.
And there'll be people that'll take them at both informational meetings and still say
Right.
they don't have one for the
Right, well,
regular.
and you'll want them at the town meetings
meeting
too.
too.
Right.
And it does say in there, in 2 places, bring this with you. So,
Yeah, so does the town reports.
right, and, okay, so 2,000,
And plus, if, you know, the other thing, we should be okay. We have to plan for the future when you're not there collecting from the garbage in Wardsboro.
which is what I did last year.
I know.
Right.
I remember you saying that, that's why I said it.
A little recycled in.
So the soonest I can get that missing page, I can run it down to the printer and he's ready to go.
Okay, so we got, You also made up some posters or something?
I haven't done that yet because I have questions before I do that, but that was my next task after completing the report.
Okay, create multiple press releases to all media about pre-vote information meeting dates. So there are no pre-votes because it's by budget, it's by,
Well, that's what we did
Right.
last year. That was last year's recap.
Yeah.
So my question on the press releases, is there a particular aspect of this you'd like to emphasize in the press release?
I mean, I think there's a couple major things we're gonna be asking, like to change the meeting date
The date,
and the establishment of the reserve funds.
Those are big deals.
And then, you know, the budget itself is,
Right.
you know.
Well, my plan was to grab a few excerpts from your letter and include those as quotes from you in the press release. You know how they always like to have quotes. And, but I just wondered if there was some particular thing that you thought might arouse interest in, yeah.
$250 routine with the school board.
I could print that on the last page of the report.
Yeah.
So the change of the meeting from February to April and then reserve fund additions are the two
Yeah,
things.
and then the budget, cause there is you know, it's a pretty healthy increase and, you know, we're losing some benefit of the merger.
You're using or losing?
We're losing some benefits, cause we, you know, we got an 8-cent buy down in this
year's
current,
6.
next year it's 6, so I mean, right off the bat, we're 2 cents lower,
Alright.
just,
And for posters and everything for the school, is there just come to the meeting is your message or something else you want people to
come to the meeting.
come to the informational meetings? You
Yeah.
wanna push that?
not to be mean, but that's why we asked you to do this, because I really don't have a clue.
Well, I know, but sometimes
So-
you have an emphasis that I'm not
Yeah,
aware of
I-
since I don't go to every meeting,
Yeah, I
so
don't,
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
just curious if you have
education,
a,
informative, find out what's going on.
an
that kind of-
emphasis.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
the other thing that Wardsboro used to do that we won't have time to do this year, which was kind of neat, was the previous principal, I don't remember if he did it, but you would do kind of like a recap of the school year, what's gone on, and, you know, I don't remember if he did test results or if he did like,
Yeah, it was a combination of achievements as well as the proposed budget and the changes that were,
but unfortunately, I look at the agenda.
It's pretty full.
Yeah. So, but you know, I'm so impressed with the way the STEAM stuff has gone, because you know we're thinking a 5-year before we see anything, and you know there's stuff in the hallways about it, and you know there's been articles, and I mean I'd like to stress that, but we're not going to have time to talk about it. So
Right. Well, I also gave you the Bucketville. I did manage to sneak a little bit in there before the deadline.
I got it.
So I got that little box ad, which they were kind enough to give us, and then the little column, and then it was on the calendar page as well. So I still can get that in for February because the deadline's not till Friday. So I'll be sure that they have the same copy again, only refreshed.
and Anita, we were wondering if we could have that column for our newsletter to put in.
Absolutely, everything
Yeah.
you can have, sure.
Well, and you know the other thing I think too is though, remind people that you know you don't get to vote for your school board members until maybe that would be something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people are coming out to make sure Barry can't get away like with pitchforks. I was at your one town meeting when you couldn't get anybody to run
Oh,
for
yeah.
school board.
That's right.
Couldn't,
So
people
I
just
got
kept declining.
Yeah, you declined it, but then you took it later.
Alright, thought about it.
Is there anything else that people can help Anita with? I know sometimes Anita, we kind of like say, go do it, and we don't give you a lot of help.
No. I just, since I haven't been coming to every meetings, I've lost the little thread of what your emphasis might be for the annual meeting or for your constituency.
I think we're really, you know, we're still trying to make it feel more like one school district versus 2 independent, private, different schools, and you know, and just trying to get through budgets and stuff, because it is kind of new, and it's a little frustrating with the state, you know, making us combine, but yet everything else reported out is separate, which is crazy.
that's in case they decide to split you up again. They'll know.
I don't know if people saw, but you know, the Reedsboro, Halifax, they voted that.
Yeah, unanimous.
Yeah,
And is the state gonna let them break up?
who knows? You know, the state promised us, you know, when this all came down, if things didn't work out, you know, they would let you go, and I don't think that was a state mandated one. I think that was one they voted to do.
Does the other
Yeah.
town still have to vote? I know one of the towns voted, it was
I
Halifax.
think
Is
both
Reedsboro-
voted.
I thought
No,
the Reeds,
Reedsboro votes sometime
Later
in a
this
week or,
month,
in a week
yeah.
or two.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I know there's multiple votes they have to take too.
yeah, it's a total of 2 votes, I think.
Just like us, I mean, it only took us 4 votes to get us figured out.
Right.
So I'll leave the mock-up with you. Tim is gonna mail me the article, so I'll fix that.
Okay, well, let's do one other thing. So let's just say, can't say it on video. Let's just say that we don't have this other report from Lori, this 3-year comparison. What do you folks want to see on that extra page?
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good.
That's
Yes.
why we asked you to do this for us.
My suggestion would be half page, and the top page would be what is IB, and the bottom part would be what is STEAM.
Okay, you get that from the administrators.
Well, I just
Yeah.
make up something.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So if you actually get to do that, I would really like you to stress with the STEAM,
Yeah,
how that they, you know, they were able to start that this year.
yeah.
And not, you know, have to wait, and, you know, how it's already moving forward, and, you know, what a good job the staff and administration did on that.
Okay,
Really stress that a lot, because I think that's really important for people to know.
all right. Not to take anything away from Matt and.
No, but the IB is kind of a different beast.
Established.
Right, it's not like with the STEAM, we have to get some kind of certification, so it did make it easier, but, you know, we were able to find that out, and again, it's, you know, we were thinking a few years before it gets implemented, and it hasn't been. I mean, it was implemented this year, less than a year when we started talking about it, so.
Have you been back in touch with the folks over in New Hampshire?
no, we haven't.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
They would be like
Yeah,
thrilled.
they
They
should
were,
come visit us now.
they were so inspirational that, all right.
They do, don't they?
So I'd like to get this in the printer's hands at the latest by Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
You think we can?
Yep, and then just if you need to, so last time I had to go pay with my credit card
Yeah.
when I picked them up, so just let Lori know what we need for checks, so we can get checks cut, and in Barry or I can run over to central office and sign the warrant or whatever.
All right.
Okay.
I'll email her all that tomorrow.
Okay, and do you want me to email her, or do you want to email her?
No, I'll
about-
get hold of her in the morning.
Okay, well, about the 3-year thing.
The 2-year thing, right.
Right, well, you know, is there something else we need to legally put in there?
All right, and then if not, then I'll
CC
do
me
the-
on the email,
the I-
CC
yeah,
Rick and I.
I will.
Okay.
Then if not, then I'll do the IB and STEAM half and half page.
Everybody good with that? I really am very serious, I really do appreciate it, it's really nice having you do this for us.
Thank you. I learn a lot all the time, so it's good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, very good. So I might hit you up for another mock-up, but. Sure.
Okay, so here's the email from Andy, it says, February 2nd, they need to post their town meeting warnings.
Thank you.
So,
Good night,
you,
Anita.
Anita.
Thanks, Anita.
we may be able
Okay.
to sign it on the 27th.
Okay, good.
I missed this earlier, but, we have, the Mountain School at Win Hall set their 2021 tuition rate to be the same as, the statewide average for grade K through 6 and 7 and 8.
Did that change from prior years?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I
so.
think they've always tried to keep theirs at the statewide average.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the date on this one? Okay, here's your copy. I kept, I got
Yeah,
it.
we did, right.
Because the first year I sent my daughter there, it was like $50
Okay,
or
we'll
something.
get that signed. Yeah, I don't know if anybody noticed too, there was more stuff about STEAM and
Might
the,
not even be that much.
and Lori did do a good job on getting the, Anita did a good job on getting the town meeting stuff into your Bucketville news, so.
What is amazing to me is that we have to put no tax rate information in this anymore. That was the most helpful thing we used to put in the book. There is
Goes in the
no tax
annual.
rate information in there.
But it goes in the town report.
Well, no, it won't anymore.
No more
because-
anymore, 'cause it's not.
Because it's not part of
It's
the
not a
town.
town.
That, I think that's that multi-year comparison that used to be.
Right, that
In
would
the-
have
in the town
the
report.
tax rate.
Maybe
Right.
next year we can put it in, because it's the meeting for April.
Well, actually, you know what? Maybe what we should do is half page and have the projected tax rates.
We don't know. We're not gonna know for sure. It's risky.
No, it's projected.
I know,
Projected.
even so.
Well, it's
Projected
better
or
than-
not, a number in a book.
I think it's
becomes-
rough not having anything in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we're gonna have to.
People are
Please
going
give
to
them-
ask.
Right.
Give them
Right.
something
How
Well,
is
they
this
can
four
put their
or
eye on.
5%
If they're
increase
gonna ask you,
going
how to
to
come to the
impact my
meeting.
property taxes, right?
Right, that always was a big page, you're right.
Maybe that'll drive them to come.
Yeah.
It just seems amazing to me that we have nothing in there. Now we're required to have nothing.
Well, can we hand that out at the meeting? Will we have that?
No, we definitely will have to hand that out
Let's
at the
come to the
meeting.
meeting then. I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, it was a very informative page.
Yeah. Not that
I
anybody
mean,
even
we-
knows what arrived at
I
usually,
get
but.
concerned about having it project, even though it's projected.
But we
Then
do
last
have it
year-
in our letter. Losing 5 cents and 2 cents and the 2 cent increase of the state, so I'm saying 9 cent increase and it's. Tax rate, projected tax rate in the report, in this, yes or no?
I think, I don't have a problem putting it projected. I mean, we don't know. I mean, and I think as long as you put in there, you know,
Project it,
projected that, you
and
know.
there's variables will come out.
Exactly.
Yes or no?
I like the idea, but I'm just not, I'm concerned about projected, because
Okay.
when you put a number in there, next thing you know,
It's-
people hold you to it, and why did it go up or down, and.
But they're gonna ask us at the annual meeting anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very,
I'm good with it going in.
so it's 2-1, what do you,
I'd rather see us hand it out at the meeting, at the town meeting, and the informational sessions.
okay. So I get to break a tie,
Yes, you-
and I don't get to do this very often.
That's right.
But I'm actually gonna go with Barry and Rick, and I'll tell you guys why. Because I think if we put it in there and we get people, because if people hear about it and don't get our explanation, they just get the explanation, the gosh darn school board is proposing a budget that's gonna increase, and if they don't see in there why those increases are there, I think it sets them up for Bear to come to the meeting and be very upset. I think if we put it out there and just explain why it's like that, I think in that little section with the projected, to show the loss of the 2 cents and to show the state and to show the other numbers that are, and also with the caveat that really until legislature adjourns and the hammer drops, we can't be sure of anything.
You're also saying we set a budget knowing this is what we believe the tax rate's going to be.
Right.
So even though it may change, we set it knowing this is what the tax rate's going to be.
No.
We think it's going to be
we were-
based on our current
We were
information.
anticipating and projecting this tax rate with the current
The information that
information.
we have, okay.
It's just like the
But
budget.
still, it's.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Do the budget. I mean,
Well, yeah,
we get
well,
30 more kids in our school district, the budget goes out the window.
The problem is,
Yeah, but that-
in-
I
in
guess-
You
the
can have, you can have the whole chart, the breakdown.
yeah,
stuff,
well,
okay.
we'll have to make something up. So she'll have to only have littler sections about STEAM but let me talk to
Quarters
Lori
instead of
tomorrow, and let me
half.
talk to Anita. But I think we ought to have something, and I'll send it out to
I just think
everybody.
people are used to seeing it there, you know?
Well,
what
I
mean?
love seeing that page, I'm with you.
There's somebody from the
Yeah.
public saying, yeah.
No, you're
not
right.
sure.
But this was something that, in some
That's what
paperwork
he's-
that
Right.
Bill had sent over.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what we
Is
used to
this
put.
what you guys are
That's what I'm
sort of,
thinking of.
Well-
to give you an
Basically.
idea?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking going through the whole length though, just
Right.
shortening it up and maybe
Yeah.
just have some explanations, that this is what this all means. Because again, the problem is, we're gonna fight the telephone
They've already.
chain.
Yeah.
And that, so as soon as somebody hears that, or, and they might even hear from somebody that's going up 20 cents and they can't find it in here, because the budget increase doesn't.
And when they get there, they're gonna be fit to be tied.
Right,
And
so-
like I say, next year we'll have a better understanding of what it's gonna be. This to April.
No, yeah, that, that's why we wanna move to April too,
Right.
so that's a really good selling point too, very good point,
Yeah.
Dwayne. So everybody, it's kinda, I mean, it's 3-2, so.
You got it.
Have the projected tax rates changed at all since Lori was at our last meeting? No, okay.
They don't change to the last
No,
minute.
but don't forget too, though, the cost per
Last year
pupil
they went
changed
up
a
and
lot.
down.
So,
We noticed that.
but last year too, remember, things bounced all over the
Yeah.
place. Cause last year, remember Lori came to a meeting here before,
Mhm.
when we were still working on our presentations, and they had lowered the yield or increased something that made it look even worse.
Mhm.
And then, remember, the governor found money, one-time money, that he brought the rate down at the end of the session. So, I mean, in Dover, we used to, when Act 60 first started, we would vote to postpone, we would discuss the budget, explain what we were looking for, because the budget would never change usually that much, but we would ask the voters to postpone indefinitely a vote on the budget, and we would wait till legislature got out. And we would vote on budgets in May and, middle of May, end of May, just so that we could, because then we could deal with real numbers. We could tell people, this is what it's really gonna do to you. I don't want that because I'll lose it. I'm losing everything else. Okay, so we're good with that. Then let's move on to equity, calendar for discussion. That's just a placeholder. So I think we'll bring that up probably in the meeting, our meeting in February.
I think we need our equity expert here, though, don't we?
Oh, Laura, yeah. She was their request. Website design, again, a placeholder. Mark, you can deal with that with us later.
I'm ready.
Annual meeting, we had discussion in the action, was to vote on the agenda. Is everybody, anything else for the annual meeting?
I read about what Laura was working on with that study.
The equity
Yeah.
study?
Study is excellent, so it'd be great I'm sure she's gonna want to talk about that at the meeting, it'd be great.
Is that waiting?
The waiting
Yeah.
study, yeah.
Yeah.
Not WAI, but WEI?
Yes,
Yes.
waiting, yes.
We finished
Finished
waiting.
She was waiting, she
for
was
waiting.
waiting quite a while for the waiting study. But, yeah, hopefully she'll want to discuss that, but I hope she would.
Yeah, because it really showed that there is a disconnect between rural schools and.
Yeah. Anyway, but,
The long report.
But it's a very long report, but the summary is pretty concise. I read the summary really well. The rest of the report, it's a little hard to get through,
yeah,
It's a little dry.
yeah.
just a little. Did everybody get it?
Bill sent out in his email today a link
Today?
to it.
I
Okay.
didn't see it, okay, I'll take a look. I just read the article.
The email with the cabinet report.
And then the budget communications, what we went over with Anita. So is there any other old business anybody has?
No.
Cool. New business, Flowchart, begin development FY22 building, budget building, but we can't do that because Bill isn't here, so that'll move to old business. Announce tuition for the 2021 school year. Lori wanted us to vote on a tuition at this meeting, and it was right,
With our elementary tuition?
yeah, and it was right with my paperwork that I can't seem to find anywhere.
In one of those trees.
Did anybody else see that email?
I did not
I
see
didn't
that.
see it.
I think I might have sent it to you. Rick.
This year's tuition
Oh,
is
was-
14.5.
She was talking about like a 2.8% increase. Did you happen to see that?
No, I didn't.
Was that the
Wasn't sure
email
if
about the transportation also?
No.
No? Okay, then I didn't see it.
Does anybody happen to be online that I could steal their thing and look at my email quick?
I don't know how you do that, but, like Google or how you,
Well, what I usually do is go here.
fancy, look at you.
He's becoming a
Yeah.
tech guru.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go
Giving
here.
up his football. before you
Yeah,
know
pretty
it.
soon. He's borrowing other people's stuff.
He's not gonna be moved.
Thank you, Rick.
some of these stuff. Where'd this come from? This your stuff? Oh, sorry. That was more of Rich's stuff spreading out.
Be nice.
Sorry.
Let's see.
How do I get that at thing? Oh, right there.
Oh, as soon as I did that. Try again.
Oh, I can go back. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
This is painful for you folks, I know.
No, that's okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, look.
this username does not exist. It does too, you jerks. Oh, this is a bullhorn thing. This isn't even GoDaddy. GoDaddy sign in.
Got me.
Oh. Man, I'm sorry guys, this is
Okay.
really embarrassing.
No, that's okay. You sure you didn't print it out?
Yeah, I know I printed it out.
I'll be shuffling through this stuff, looking for it.
Go ahead.
I'm supposed to walk around the table every 30 minutes.
Peter.
Yeah, I'm dancing now.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, Lori, but we're not gonna be able to do it this time. Okay. What was it this year?
14.5.
And what's 2.8% of increase?
Let's see.
2.5%.
2.8.
2.8, what was it? 2.1?
2.8% increase.
14,906?
What is it? What?
14,906, is that right?
Hey, you know what? Send an email
You
to
good?
Bill.
Okay.
He's at a budget meeting in West River. Ask him to ask Lori what the
14.9.
tuition rate we want to approve is.
14,906.
If you don't mind. So I'm gonna skip over that for now, and then hopefully they'll come back and we'll be able to approve that if Lori or Bill gets back to.
All right.
I'm really sorry, guys.
No worries.
No big deal.
Yeah,
It's-
no big deal.
I can't
What
believe it.
do they need it for? Do they need it for?
Well, because we have to announce it and it has to be published so that the other towns know. And one of the things is like with the mountain school going at the statewide average, that's why she wants us to just get it announced now so that people can consider us, you know, because how many, do you know, Lori, we have several tuition students between both buildings, don't we?
There were several, yeah. You saw the list, it was
So,
a dozen probably, I
so a
would say.
dozen is, $170,000, $200,000. And remember, there's no additional cost to us. If there's any additional, if stuff needed for those students, the sending district covers it. So,
Yeah.
works really good. It's to be, and then, that's why the preschools are important too, because, usually if they bring them to preschool, they'll stay through, the 6 years of 1 through 6, so. Okay, Laura, Tammy, you had some recognitions.
This
Ah.
January is School Board Recognition Month.
Oh.
So, thank you to all of you
Yay.
members, and I've got some certificates to honor you.
Oh, I thought you brought us tea. Well,
Richard
thank you
Werner.
very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rick Thorpe.
Thank you.
And we've got Laura.
Guess it's not a stainless steel
here.
fridge.
We have Mr.
I framed mine and
you.
hang it in my wall.
Why not? Why not?
and Barry Pearson.
This is
Thank you for
great.
your time and your service. And Mark, thank
Thank you very much.
So, everybody got a card from VSBA and you can get the
I
socks.
got my socks. Did you get your socks?
Well, I put in for them last time and I never got them.
I got mine.
How were they?
They're excellent, actually. darn tough socks. You didn't get your darn tough socks?
What is that?
It's a gift that the VSBA,
You probably thought it was some kind of in the mail. I opened it up and you get a free pair of you know what darn tough. They're really good
Yeah, I
socks.
know it is. Darn
$30
Tough
and
socks.
they're lifetime warranty. You can keep them forever.
You gotta send it back to them if they get
You gotta send them back.
There you
You gotta send
go.
them back. But I did
Cool.
get mine.
Recycle.
Tammy, thank you very
Tammy.
much.
Thank you.
Must have,
Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing, I get, the only stuff I got is executive session, except for the tuition thing, if Bill happens to respond.
Yet, but I'll keep
Okay,
my eye
he's
on it,
usually
you know.
pretty good about, for some reason when he's over there, he's looking for something else to do. Who's doing minutes for you tonight, Peter, over there?
Over where?
West River, they're having a budget meeting.
Oh, well, they got somebody else. They always have their meetings the same time as we do.
Yeah,
So you guys won the toss.
oh, we love it.
Sure.
Okay, so, executive session, we're not gonna make any decisions. But we may come out and make a vote on the tuition. But I know that she was recommending a 2.8% increase and from whatever last year was, so I don't know how you
It's
guys.
so close. Why don't we just vote? I mean, the number is right. We know what the number is.
You wanna vote on it, and then if we have to change it, we'll change
I
it in
think
a
we should.
future
If it's
meeting?
within $10 or something.
You okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
You okay
I
with
mean, any
that?
tuition students we get, like you just said, are a bonus.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah,
the only thing as a
exactly.
citizen you would say is, well, we're increasing our number by
Yeah.
4.9%.
So why would we?
Shouldn't that be passed along?
Well, remember too, a lot
We are
of,
trying to attract tuition students,
but
so that.
remember, ours is higher because that includes transportation, which we don't charge through. And it also includes like, it's special, special
fine.
programs, which aren't included because when you figure out the actual tuition, you're not supposed to include that stuff.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't wanna sit here and.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I
No,
think
not
it's
really.
like it's a
Okay, so go ahead and make the motion.
It's a $400. It would be a $400 increase. It'd be 14.9. 14.5 is it?
14,906.
My 906 is what I
but
have. So let's call it
what-
14.9. Is that okay?
Sure.
So make a motion to set the tuition rate
For 20.
for 2021 school year for the. Is it for the elementary level?
Yeah, 'cause that's
The
all.
elementary level. Is that right?
Yeah.
At 14,900.
Okay, Peter, you good with that motion?
Yeah.
Second?
Second.
Mark seconds it. Is there any further discussion?
What's the state? Has the state given their number yet?
No. Remember, they gotta wait till all the budgets come in and get reported, so. Hearing no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
Good job.
Okay, so our next meeting is January 27th at Dover, starting at 7,
That's the
and that's,
budget meeting.
yeah, is it 6:30? What does it say in the book?
6:30.
I think it's
6:30.
6:30.
Okay. I'm sorry, 6:30 in Dover, and the first part of the meeting will be devoted to reviewing the articles for our annual meeting. Then we'll meet the following Monday, February 3rd, I believe, in Wardsboro, same thing.
Right.
Do you wanna do that here, or do you wanna do that like at the town hall if that's, or do we wanna?
Wherever you think we're going to get the most amount of
I think
participation.
Still do it here?
I think that's close to it. I mean, if it's a large card, can we move it into the gym if necessary?
Sure.
So,
Okay, let's not plan on the gym, but if we see that there's gonna be a lot of people, we'll move it then. 6:30, and again, the first half of that is gonna be,
Budget information.
yeah, and then the, and then the 11th, the following Tuesday is our annual meeting in Dover at the town hall, not at the school, and that starts at 7.
That starts at 7. Yep.
Right, and then the following week that we would normally meet is President's Week. So I don't know if you all want to, meet that week or not.
you wanted to
Probably.
meet before the annual meeting?
Jesus.
I said we could meet at 6:30 if we had to, before the annual meeting.
So it's,
If there was something came up, like Lori said, oh, I need something signed, or, so, but we'll figure that out. We'll know better, in a couple weeks.
Can we just skip that meeting? Is that what you're recommending? Or?
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
we won't meet again till March.
I think so.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. Then, real quick on the financials,
Tom's, yeah, I just noticed that.
I don't know.
Tom's fantastic.
Hey, you need what you
Kids
need.
misbehave all day.
Oh,
It kind of smacks you right in the face, Thomas, doesn't it?
it really does.
Jumped right off the page.
Yeah. Right next to this is the cafeteria stuff.
So it looks like in the middle of November, your heating system bailed on you again, huh?
Mm.
Yeah, they had to come check.
Hanging on by a thread with that one.
Was it the ERV that?
No, it was something with our, well, maybe it was it the ERV?
I guess it was.
The belts were
Yeah.
falling off, so the belts loosen up and then they have to be tightened. But they did a whole system check when they came too,
Okay.
because it was the beginning of the heating season. and-
Makes sense.
That was a dog. I heard before.
Wow, we got whacked with an overage charge on our copier.
Really?
Yeah, overage charge is $73.22.
All those agendas.
Are those leased through the SU or?
I believe so, yeah. Yours here is, right?
I don't think Dover's is.
It's really detailed. It's great. But didn't that copy, didn't we switch that copy to automatic payment? Not that I'm picking it up, but just, I thought it was an automatic payment for the copier or something.
It was last year. For
was
some reason
last
it
year?
hasn't been this year.
Okay.
I just want to know what the ELL teacher bill back is for.
Where's that?
It's not page 3. ELL teacher bill back for.
Oh, then it stops.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Because it'd be right here if you really want to see it. Here. So they should be
Stack.
kind of in order, Rick.
I'll put that.
Oh, early language learning teacher bill back,
Yeah.
so.
What's the EST bill back? Page 4.
Assessment fee from the SU.
Right. AST.
That's academic support teacher.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what that is too.
So that's what got changed, because originally that was gonna go through the SU and then, or go through us, but then it went through the SU
Right.
and that was that. Okay. So we would have to, if everybody's good with this, we would need to make a motion to approve general fund expenditures in the amount of $313,455.72 and food program of $81,062. Peter, you want those numbers while you're?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's general fund expenditures,
Mm-hmm.
313,455.72,
Okay.
and food program expenditures,
81.
$8,100.62.
Thank you.
So if you guys are all good, somebody like to make a motion?
What, you're on a roll.
I did the last one, you.
He doesn't wanna spend he's gonna go home, his wife's gonna hear he spent $313,000 and didn't buy her nothing.
Nothing, I get nothing for that.
Yeah, somebody got wiper blades and Windex.
Dave Sheldon.
So, the motion to approve $313,455.72, is that it?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, it's right there.
General
He's
fund.
got the numbers, just make the motion to approve the
Approve the
expenditures
expenditures
as submitted.
as submitted.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Yeah,
I
he
did
moved
it, I did
it.
it, I did it.
Okay, so
All right.
Dwight moved it, Barry seconds it. Is there any other discussion?
From me. Mark, you got anything?
I'm good.
Okay. And hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, so they're all approved. I don't see a signature page anywhere.
Rich, I find
Oh.
this very useful.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, right here. There's a signature page.
Nice to scan over, just like Tom.
There you go.
Okay, exactly.
There might be a second one too.
I've been looking through a folder of checks.
Because of the food stuff. No, that's cool. Thank you.
Pass it around, right?
Yeah. Okay, and we'll give this back to,
How many signatures do we need?
just have everybody sign,
Okay.
since we're all
It's
here.
a technical point, are these expenditures both general fund, or is the food program separate?
No, it's separate.
Thank you.
That's why I think she separates it out. So do you?
I'll take it back,
Okay.
sure.
Thank you, Tammy.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, she kept, put that on the back there. Isn't it amazing how we just, like, in no time at all, we just spent a little under $500,000? So, I have all the town, old town reports from Dover. Somebody was cleaning a house out, and I had all these in a box.
You wanna give that to her?
Yeah,
Oh, the whole thing?
yeah, the whole
Oh,
thing.
my.
So,
File that.
I look at the 1950s, the 1960s. So like, you know, for last year, I looked at the 59 and 69 town reports. You know, in 1958, 59, Dover was looking at combining the school district with Wardsboro, Dover, Newfane, Townsend, Brookline, Jamaica, basically the Leland Gray Seminary. And the problem is I don't have the book for the year after to find out how the vote went, but I know we didn't become part of the district, so I don't think we voted for it. But it's really interesting because you look at, like, you know, the teachers and the principals' total salary was like $2,500. And their total budget's like $7,500, and they're very thankful for all the people that donated money towards the Encyclopedia Britannica for like $92 that they bought for the students. And so if you can find old town reports and you look at, like, we just approved 300, I mean, that was like 10 years worth of school budgets in the 50s.
Amazing.
So, okay, so I need a motion to move into executive session for contractual and personnel.
So moved.
Okay, Barry moved it this time because Dwight was a little slow on the uptake. And Dwight will second it.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We're in executive session. We're not gonna make any decisions, so. Cool. We'll give you guys a couple minutes to take off.